Good morning, everyone. This is Anne-Marie. Today is Monday, February the 4th. Here we are taking a look at the 4-hour SPY chart. Got a couple of interesting things for us to pay attention to. One, we still continue to make higher highs and higher lows. Action is pointing upwards. Listen, there are a lot more technicians in the market than there used to be a while back, so the game has changed a little bit. A long time ago, it was, well, not maybe a long time ago in relative terms, if we ended on the high at the end of a day, middle of some kind of push, it was usually an easy place for us to take the long and continue to the upside on Monday. That is not so much the case, particularly in this environment where we have momentum that has a tendency to be damp and candlestick rotations that are very, very steep, even if we're moving down in formation. For instance, we're moving down from here to here, but look at this rotation. This is the kind of space that actually throws a lot of people off because they're expecting momentum to continue to the downside. And so if they're on the swing and they see this sort of thing, if they've got a trailing stop that they try to move down too quickly or whatever, then they end up getting blown out of the position and it continues to run to the downside. So we do have this region, this type of candlestick formation that really does show us momentum drift that comes into the charts. Now, that being said, what we're looking at is a congestion event that we're going to peek out a little bit closer, but we are coming to the very top of this initial butterfly formation that I showed us a while back. And so we are coming to the edge. Again, so many technicians here, it's almost creating the reverse effect as people try to get in front of the trade. The charts keep moving up, it blows the stop, and then that keeps moving up the price in as well. So it's sort of a cascading event. As price continues upward, the shorts continue getting stopped out. They get stopped out at higher prices, and that drives higher price, blah, 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 blah. And so we know that that's the formation that we're going in. It's a lot of short covering in my mind, based really on the fact that I believe that a lot of technicians are thinking this is going to turn and standing in front of the trade. Now, unless you have really deep pockets, that's hurting terribly, actually, irrespective of whether it's got deep pockets, you've got deep pockets or not. If you're standing in front of the trade, this is hurting. So what's going to happen? Well, here's what the cycle is. The cycle is everybody sees that. The technicians get in front of the trade. They try to short it. They get blown out at a higher stop. It drives the price higher. They keep doing it until they're exhausted. And the market wears them out at that level and they go, fine, okay, it's supposed to be long. And they start riding it up again. And when everybody is at the space where they go, okay, I guess we're going on forever, then the market takes its turn and it pulls back because, again, it takes as few people as possible with it. So that's actually what we're waiting to see happen. And when that's going to happen, I don't know. It is going to happen. The markets don't go up in a straight line forever, and pretty much that looks like a straight line to me. So we know that's not going to continue. The question is when. Well, hey, listen, I don't really care about when. I'm just going to watch for the levels to break and watch for the formations to break down and then follow suit. That's just my thing. That's what I'm looking for. What do I see primarily? Let's take a closer look. Let's go down to the hourly chart so you can see a little bit about where this congestion is sitting. We do have a bit of congestion right here. Hang on 2 seconds. Let me pull this in to better. All right, so now we're looking at a tight range that we've been. Yes, they're wicks above, but primarily everything's been sitting at or around the midline of this event. It's only 20 cents wide, okay? So 20 cents wide, had the midpoint at 151.26. We closed at 151.28. Market is pulling back a little bit this morning. Below 151.16, we've got shorting action. Listen, notice where the weekly VWAP is in relation to the monthly VWAP. When a faster moving average dips below a slower moving average, we know we've got slowing of momentum in the direction of the move. That's just from an upside perspective. If that happens, we've got a slowing momentum. All right, so what are we going to look for? Well, we're going to look for either this to begin to inflect again, or we're going to watch price come in. All right, chances are price is going to come into a support region, and then we'll have a blow off top because we haven't had that massive rush for the oh my gosh, I've got to get involved, this thing is going up to the sky event. It just hasn't happened. If we do pay attention to these formations down here though, we can see that buying action still has higher volume attached to it than the selling action, by and large. All right, and so that's what we're going to continue to focus on, these big buying candles, as long as they're still sitting there and we hold the price, as long as we do not break down off relative support, we're in good shape. What do we need to focus on? Listen, we've got ourselves another gap event. All right, could we come right in, fill the gap, and start moving to the upside again? You betcha. You betcha. There's all kinds of things that can happen here. Listen, you can step down with it. Breaks down here because it's been sitting here for so long. If you get a couple more candlesticks moving in this direction, a breakdown here will fall right through this wick into this region just above R3. If it loses resistance level 3, guess what? It's going to come all the way down here because that is essentially an elevator shaft. And it's going to come right down, I imagine, probably somewhere around there to hold the level. And if not that, it's going to come in and kiss this VWAP. So what can we do? Listen, stair step it. Right now, here we have a high and a low, a lower high and a lower low, a lower high and another lower low. So this formation is rotating over. Okay, if we take a look at a fib, hang on 2 secs. Take a look at this fib, as I mentioned just a moment ago. Notice from this wave to the peak to the pullback, 38.2 retracement. So the shallow trading events are still extremely important for us to pay attention to. That usually means upside acceleration. Right now we are pulling back. So if we pop in, pop up here, make a lower high, it's going to telegraph a move to the south. All right, good luck trading today.